Hey friends, Hank here. So I just finished building up this beautiful 1/48 scale F-16 CJ from Tamiya. Fantastic little kit, but you might notice she's missing a little bit of ordnance under those wing pylons there. So what we're going to do in today's video is run through some of the basics of painting, decaling, and otherwise prepping your standard underwing accoutrements for modern fighters. 1/48 scale ordnance for beginners. Let's go. This particular kit we're working on today has a whole slew of equipment, so it'll give us a nice smattering of different weapons and auxiliary tanks to demo. We've got two AIM-9X Sidewinder IR dogfight missiles, two AIM-120 AMRAAM active radar-guided missiles, two AGM-88 HARM anti-radiation missiles, two 370-gallon drop tanks, and last but not least, one centerline 300-gallon drop tank. Our F-16 has some lifting to do, so let's get these painted up. Step one here will be to prime all of this ordnance with a little Dunkelgrau primer. I'll have links to all the products we use today down in the description below for you guys to check out if you would like. You'll notice I have all these accessories mounted on little toothpicks. This is a handy way to build little DIY painting jigs for yourselves. Just make sure you secure them with an adhesive that is an easily breakable bond, like PVA glue or just a very small amount of super glue. Okay, once all our pieces are primed, let's do a little masking. I like to prime these with Dunkelgrau because it works pretty well for the gunmetal color of the fins on these AIM-9s, so we'll begin by masking off each of these fins individually with some Tamiya masking tape. It's always a good idea to have a reference photo handy of the actual equipment you're replicating. For these Sidewinders, for example, we're going to mask off the whole front portion of the missile because we want to keep that whole section in our gunmetal gray. Moving over to our AIM-120s, we're going to mask off all 8 of the fins on these as well. And then we're going to move on to our first paint color. Let's load up our airbrush with some light ghost gray and spray that all over the exposed portions of our Sidewinders and AMRAAMs. We're also going to use the ghost gray all over all 3 of our drop tanks, both the 300-gallon and the 2 370-gallon tanks. Before we move on to our next color, let's carefully mask off the forwardmost position of our AIM-120s right on the seam line there. And now, using some insignia white, let's paint in the nose cones of our AIM-120s. While we have it loaded up, we're also going to spray our entire AGM-88 HARMs with that same insignia white. At this phase, we can start to remove the masks from all of our ordnance. Now, it's likely that unless you do a super clean masking job, we're going to have a little bit of cleanup work to do on all of our accessories. Now is the time to grab a nice fine brush and revisit any areas that might need a little overpainting in to correct the color and crisp up our lines. Continuing on with our brushwork, let's paint the infrared centers on the front of our Sidewinders using a little Vallejo black. And then we can use a bit of white aluminum to dry brush a subtle metallic pop all over the fins of our missiles. With our painting work done, now is time to move on to decaling. To prepare the pieces for decals, let's spray everything with a gloss coat of varnish and let that cure completely. Now, depending on the particular kit you're working on at home, you might have a decent amount of decals to apply to your underwing equipment. Following along with our decaling instructions, let's go ahead and start getting these stencils on our missiles and tanks. Decaling can be a tedious and slow process, so take your time, put on some music or a nice documentary or something, and get cracking. As is tradition on this channel, we'll be soaking our decals in our lucky Snow White water bowl. If you are new to decal work, I'd highly recommend checking out my full tutorial on decal application. I'll link to it right here, but I would highly recommend investing in a set of Microset and Microsol decal setting agent to assist with this process. So give this video a pause if you need, go check out the decal video, and I will be right here when you get back. Those setting solutions I mentioned are so important for small, oddly shaped accessories like these 1/48 scale missiles because it can be pretty hard for relatively thick decals to conform to all these sharp turns and curves as compared to a relatively flat wing or tank hull, for example. I'll leave a little footage here of me maneuvering these decals around a bit to hopefully give a bit of peace of mind if you are struggling. Keep at it, and you'll start to get a touch pretty quickly of how much pressure you need to position them without accidentally damaging the decals themselves. Okay, so 10 billion decals later, we've finally got all of our stencils applied to our missiles and drop tanks. Whew. At this stage, walk away for a bit. A few hours is good, overnight is better, and let the decals fully dry and settle into place. When we return, let's load up our brush with some more gloss varnish and spray a coat all over our ordnance and our tanks to protect those decals for a small bit of weathering. Once our gloss coat is fully cured, we're going to hit all of our accessories with a light, relatively watered down coat of Flory clay-based wash to just accentuate the small details in our underwing equipment. We can brush this product on, let it dry, and then wipe off any excess with a damp paper towel. This should leave behind just a little bit of artificial shadow in all the recessed lines of our missiles and our drop tanks to help accentuate that fine molding work. And once any excess Flory wash is removed and our accessories have dried, let's hit everything with a final coat of matte varnish to knock down a bit of that excess shininess and to protect our finished work. And then all that's left to do is use a little bit of super glue to mount your ordnance onto your aircraft's pylons and hardpoints as directed in the instructions. Now that is a Viper with some actual fangs. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Thank you for tuning in today. If you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. Super happy to have you. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next videos. And to all my friends, until next time, be well, happy building. Cheers.